The slam dunk is one of the most exciting plays in sports history, especially when you have a helpless defender standing in the paint. After Anthony Edwards' majestic dunk last night, it really made me sit and ponder. What were the top 5 dunks of the past 20 years? And I had to make my own list. So let's get it. Alright y'all, to start off this list, I have Anthony Edwards' rookie year dunk on Watanabe. And let me tell you, it had a strong consideration for breaking the top 5 and getting into the top 3 because, man, to say Anthony Edwards was only a rookie doing this is insane. Anthony Edwards in his young career has some of the greatest poster dunks of all time. His highlight tape once he retires of all these posters are about to be a movie. I love me some Anthony Edwards. Alright, at number 4, we have this classic. I'm going to show my age showing this dunk, but this 2009 poster by Dwayne Wade over Anderson Varejao was definitely one of the greatest dunks of all time. And it's personally one of my favorites, so it's in my top 4 at number 4. I mean, the block by Jermaine O'Neal on LeBron for then D-Wade come back down, yam it on Varejao. Man, this is why D-Wade is GOATed and is one of the top 4 shooting guards of all time. Alright, at number 3, we have this monstrous dunk by none other than Blake Griffin. And let me tell you, I remember where I was and what I was doing when this dunk happened because SportsCenter did a breaking news just to tell us that Kendrick Perkins got put on a poster. And let me tell you, at the time, this was the greatest dunk of all time. I'm letting you know that now. This was the greatest dunk of all time at that time. Blake Griffin, prime Blake Griffin, was different. And I'll stand on that. Alright, at number 2, we have a surprising pick. We have DeAndre Jordan over Brandon Knight. And 11 years later, this is still one of the nastiest dunks I've ever seen in my entire life. He literally committed murder right there on the court. Let me tell you, if you weren't in tune with basketball, just living in the NBA during this time, this killed Brandon Knight's career. Brandon Knight was never the same after this. After the Kyrie Irving incident, he was never the same. Nonetheless, this is one of the greatest dunks of all time, and it has a solidified spot at number 2. DeAndre Jordan was a monster. Before we get to the number 1 entry on this list, I just want to say thank you to everybody who's taken the time to watch this video. And also, if you haven't already, please go subscribe to the Fast Break Mill Podcast YouTube page, and also go follow the Fast Break Mill Podcast TikTok page for other basketball. Alright, and you already knew what was coming at number 1. I don't even gotta say it because, again, one of the greatest dunks of all time. And it might just be a recency bias, but the fact that he did that dunk, dislocated his finger, gave John Collins a concussion, and then afterwards was just going off in the post-game press conference about it? Nah. This is, without a doubt, the greatest dunk in NBA history. Let alone the last 20 years. This is the greatest dunk in NBA history, and I'll stand on that. Anthony Edwards is going to have a Hall of Fame career, and this is face of the league stuff right here.